Mr Harvey. I call Christina McKelvie to be followed by Ross Thompson. Ms McKelvie.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, and can I thank Annie Wells for bringing this very timely debate to the Chamber today. It feels as if, although we're remembering the history of this movement, that actually this place could be starting to make some of that history too going forward. And I want to talk about that history. I want to talk about people like Marsha P. Johnson, Harvey Milk, Larry Kramer, Peter Staley, Freddie Mercury, Martina Navratilova, K.D. Lang, Alan Turing, and of course my favourite quotist, if that's a word, Oscar Wilde. But I also want to talk about some of our future, the Jordan Dailies and the Liam Stevensons of this world, our past, our present and our future. And learning our history, Presiding Officer, means that we can learn lessons from that past to implement in this present to change that future. And as a cliche goes, it's good to talk, and we communicate with, if we communicate with one another in a compassionate, caring and non-judgmental way, we build our understanding of one another and of the big global issues that involve all of us. Talking isn't enough, though. Sitting in this chamber, listening to speeches, wonderful as they are not enough. It's action that matters. But of itself, it's that action that can achieve what we need to do. And once there is that action, or even a series of actions that comes out of these debates and all the talking that we'll do, then those actions become deliverable. Ask many of the young people who have discovered that they're gay. I know many of them feeling lost, alone, miserable, isolated. They don't feel anyone is going to understand their predicament, and they may or may not have empathetic and understanding parents or family members, but most will endure various kinds of bullying, abuse and other attacks, and we've heard very eloquently of those in the speeches today. And that's why movements like TIE, like Stonewall and like LGBT Youth Scotland's development is very, very important indeed. It brings us the reality. And that is somewhere where the LGBT young people to go when they need a safe environment, and that's something that buildings can offer, but organisations and people can. So let me give you a few snatches of the present, the comments of the young people that I know, some of the work that LGBT Youth Scotland have done, and I can thank them greatly for giving me some of those case studies. I always find testimony is the best teacher when it comes to learn how things affect people. So we've got Aaron. Aaron told us that he approached LGBT Youth Scotland because he was struggling with who he was. There was no support or safe place to explore, and I felt lost and like I didn't belong. Finding LGBT Youth Scotland online, attending a group, gave me someone to talk to and somewhere to be. Aaron also explains that he was offered one-to-one sessions, education on LGBT matters, which were very helpful in becoming comfortable with myself. Why should Aaron have to become comfortable with himself? Because we have created an environment that's uncomfortable for him, and we need to change that. Then we've got Ben, who says that LGBT youth allowed him to meet other young people just like him. He felt alone. And I think, as Annie Wells had eloquently said earlier, that's how she felt. He felt alone. And that was 3 years after he came out. And he was able to meet some other young people, other trans people that he didn't realise that there was a community there. There was people he belonged to. LGBT Youth Scotland helped him to do that, to broaden his horizons, make new connections, and make friendships with people who were going through similar things. Megan's story is just another point of what being in the LGBT group can mean when you're at school. She says, when I was 13, I walked into a group of people hurling abuse at me in the corridor at school. I was sitting trying to get on with my work when a fifth year called Chris came over and offered him help. She took that help. He pointed her in the right direction, and it's why the work that the committee of this Parliament, the Equality and Human Rights Committee, is doing right now on school bullying is so vital. If Chris hadn't put his hand out and pointed that young woman in that right direction, where would she be now? But he was just one person. We have to ensure that the whole school is an environment who points that young woman in the right direction. You know, this is just very simple tactics that we can use to do this. Very simple indeed. And if we look at the past, as we have with some of the people we've spoken about, if we look at the present, when we've heard from some of the young people today and what they're doing, and we look at what LGBT Youth Scotland, Stonewall and the TIE campaign in particular, Jordan and Liam, and the work that they're doing, then we can change that future and change it for the better.
Thank you very much. Call Ross Thompson, to be followed by David Torrance, the last speaker in the open debate.